Every 4 years, America faces a pivotal moment, choosing its next leader. But how does this process really work? Welcome to Voting Uncovered on ABC Amba TV.
Join us as we dive deep into the intricacies of the U.S. elections. We'll explore the untold stories, what influences voter decisions, the impact of swing states, and the strategies candidates use to sway the public.
Who has the chance of winning? We'll analyze the current contenders, dissect the polls, and share insider insights from political strategists and analysts.
Get ready for a compelling journey into the heart of American democracy. Tune in for exclusive interviews, captivating stories, and the facts behind fiction, because it's time to truly understand how America votes.
Voting Uncovered, only on ABC Amba TV. Don't miss out on these insights.
All right, so the D-Day is here. The U.S. election is finally here. How are voters in the United States voting today? What is the voting character like? Well, we'll dive into that in today's U.S. elections briefing. Welcome. I am Oyin Opala. The historic U.S. election reaches the climax today, November 5th, 2024, and it marks the culmination of what we can call a dramatic U.S. election cycle, with voters heading to the polls to choose the next president of the United States. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are locked in a fierce battle, each needing at least 270 electoral votes to secure the win. Finally, we can say the D-Day is here. Right? Are casting their votes today to choose the next president of the United States. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are neck and neck in the polls, with each needing at least 270 electoral votes to secure the win. The battleground states of Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin will play a crucial role in determining the outcome. We have images of cross-section of voters, and that will be displayed. Meanwhile, in a symbolic start to the voting process, the tiny New Hampshire community of Dixville Notch opened and closed its polls just after midnight Eastern Time, with Harris and Trump tying at 3 votes each. This tradition has been ongoing for decades. Last night, both candidates held their final campaign events in key battleground states. Harris concluded her 107-day campaign in Pennsylvania, while Trump spoke in Michigan, a state where he has wrapped up 3 of his previous presidential campaigns. Let's get a glimpse of that.
This is a hell of a nice place. Thank you. With your vote, we're going to win Pennsylvania, and we're going to defeat Kamala and those radical left, what they're doing to our country. Crazy Nancy Pelosi, what's about her? She has Visa stock, a big position. You know, she started off with nothing. Now she's worth $200 million. How did that happen? So she has Visa stock, and she sells her stock. The day before, it was announced that Visa's under major federal investigation. I don't know. I wonder, do you think she had any insider information? I don't know. It's disgrace. Honestly, she's a disgrace. They ought to throw her the hell out of Congress. We are going to make America great again, and it's going to be fast. We're going to do it fast. We'll fast track it. Over the past 4 years, Kamala has orchestrated the most egregious betrayal that any leader in American history has ever inflicted upon our people. She's violated her oath of office. She's eradicated our sovereign border and unleashed an army of gangs and criminal migrants from prisons and jails, insane asylums and mental institutions, from all around the world, from Venezuela and the Congo in Africa, stealing countless American lives. And these are rough customers that are coming, much rougher than almost anybody in this room.
Be intentional about building community. intentional about building coalitions. Because, there's been so much about these last few years that has been about trying to beat people down, trying to have Americans point their fingers at each other, trying to make people feel as though they're alone and don't have anybody. So not anymore, because we all know that our power includes, yes, this vote and this election, but building community and coalitions and reminding folks the vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us, and we are all in this together. We are all in this together. And from the very start of our campaign, this has not been about a fight that is against something. This is about a fight that is for something. This is for something. This is about a future with freedom and opportunity and dignity for all Americans. And so in this final stretch, let us remember that we have a lot of work to do, and there is power in our work about reminding folks of their voice and the power of their vote. So remember, your vote is your voice, and your voice is your power. So, Pennsylvania, Allentown, I then ask you, are you ready to make your voices heard? Do we believe in freedom? Do we believe in opportunity?
Oh, well, that's not all. Let's see what all of that has to bring forth by the end of today. So the tiny town of Dixville Notch, New Hampshire, has kicked off Election Day 2024 with a nail-biting tie. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump each secured 3 votes, showcasing just how divided and closely tied this election is. Dixville Notch midnight voting tradition, which has been going strong since 1960, offers a fascinating glimpse into the nation's electoral landscape. With only 6 votes cast, these tiny towns' results may seem insignificant, if you say so, but they often reflect their broader national trends. In fact, Tuesday's tie aligns with national polls indicating a virtual tie between Trump and Harris, with both receiving 49% support amongst likely voters. Let's see that video.
Following the national trends. For governor, 1 for Joyce Craig and 5 for
Notch, New Hampshire, the first in the nation ballots cast on Election Day. It is now official in Dixville Notch, a tie. 3 votes for former President Donald Trump, 3 votes for Vice President Kamala Harris. It just underscores, as Gary Tuckman was saying, how divided the nation is and how close this 2024 presidential election is in poll after poll. In polls of polls, CNN has found this race too close to call, and you see it illustrated there, the first results that we are getting on Election Day leading to a tie.
Thank you, CNN, for that. Now, this year's outcome is a dramatic shift from the 2020 elections, when Joe Biden swept the town's vote, winning all 5 votes. The last Republican presidential candidate to win New Hampshire was George W. Bush in 2000. As the rest of the country stays in the polls, our eyes are on the key battleground states. Will this tile in Dixville Notch set the tone for a fiercely contested election? Well, only time will tell. The next question is, after today, what next? Today's historic U.S. election is finally here, with voters already in the polls to choose the next president of the United States. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are locked in a fierce battle, each needing at least 270 electoral votes to secure the win. You need to know that the U.S. presidential election process is a lengthy one, a very lengthy one, spanning almost 2 years. It begins with candidates registering with the Federal Election Commission, followed by primaries and caucus debates, and then the primaries and caucus themselves. The parties hold nominating conventions to choose their presidential candidates, and then the presidential debate takes in. Voters have various options to cast their ballots, including in-person voting, early voting, and voting by mail. To ensure the security and accuracy of the elections, states have implemented measures such as logic and accuracy, tests on voting machines, certifications as well by the Election Assistance Commission, and paper records of ballots. Additionally, voters can report any complaints or accessibility issues to the Department of Justice. So here are some key dates to watch out for after today's election. Let's start with the Electoral College vote. That would come up on the, towards the end of December 2024. How about the congregational count of electoral votes? That should come up early January 2025. The presidential inauguration should be around the 20th of January 2025. So, while the incoming president is preparing, the question is, what happens to the outgoing president? All of these is all going to be wrapped around today. Joe Biden is set to leave the White House in a few months and head back to Delaware, one of the two places he considers home. Well, along with Ireland, his departure from the presidential race was met with mixed feelings and emotions in Delaware, with some people expressing frustration over how his second-term bid ended. Even his supporters acknowledged that. At 81, Biden was showing signs of aging, which likely factored into the Democratic Party decision to encourage him to step aside. Well, it's worth noting that Biden's legacy has been impacted by recent controversies, including the discovery of classified documents at his Delaware home and office. An investigation led by Special Counsel Robert Hur found that while Biden did mishandle classified materials, there was no evidence to prove he broke it. Oh well, we'll definitely continue with this report as the results continue to pump in here on Undaunted. We promise to give you all of the latest information as it regards to the U.S. elections. See you.
Every 4 years, America faces a pivotal moment, choosing its next leader. But how does this process really work? Welcome to Voting Uncovered on ABC Amba TV.
Join us as we dive deep into the intricacies of the U.S. elections. We'll explore the untold stories, what influences voter decisions, the impact of swing states, and the strategies candidates use to sway the public.
Who has the chance of winning? We'll analyze the current contenders, dissect the polls, and share insider insights from political strategists and analysts.
Get ready for a compelling journey into the heart of American democracy. Tune in for exclusive interviews, captivating stories, and the facts behind fiction, because it's time to truly understand how America votes.
Voting Uncovered, only on ABC Amba TV. Don't miss out on these insights.